Hey, Joseph here. I thought that today I'd talk about how I decide how to spend my time, because, that's a subject I have interest in, so, I think about it a lot. Um, I kind of manage things from two directions, I would say. The first is, of course, deciding what to do, and the second is, of course, deciding what not to do. Um, my deciding what to do strategy, I don't really make like big to-do lists or like long-term plans or do the four quadrant thing where you've got like importance and urgency and you do like the important urgent things first and then the important not urgent and and so my webcam is deciding to autofocus a lot, isn't it? Um, yes. Um, I guess use a strategy that I've actually read about on Coding Horror. Yes, police outside distracting me. It's actually something I kind of settled in before I read the blog post, but the blog post made a lot of sense. Um, it's that each day you should know three things you want to do. I mean, it's usually not too hard to think about. And so, like, at the beginning of the day, I tend to make a list of things that I'll do that day. And if they don't get done that day, they're just gone. I don't try to, like, carry the list over and try to catch up ever. No. If you don't get something done, it's not getting done. So, today I knew I wanted to record my videos. I needed to go to Walmart to buy 4 more weeks of supplies, because that's how much I buy at a time. And I also intended to do some cleaning and of course to make this video. I considered this video a separate task from my Let's Plays because I don't know. It's a bit different as far as preparation necessary. I needed to pick a topic. um, yes. So that's already a pretty effective strategy. Just at the beginning of the day, you decide some productive things to do and then you do them. I think the important thing is recognizing what you can do in one day and also deciding when you're going to do it. Because there's actually a quote my father really likes that is, "A goal without a plan is just a wish." Yeah, so I guess that's why I don't do too many long-range plans or long-range goals, because if I'm going to make a long-range goal, I need to have a plan for it too, and I don't just go like, well, I would like to learn Japanese, because I know that's literally never going to happen. I'm not going to set aside the time, I'm not going to put in the effort. There are just too many good things in English already and coming in English that I don't have time for all the English games and all the English books, and I'm simply just not going to have a use for Japanese enough to compel me to learn it. So, that kind of transitions into my strategy for determining what I'm not going to do. Whenever I think about a new task that I know will be ongoing, I always consider, like, when I'm going to do it. Like, if I wanted to play a new MMO, I would have to discard any old MMOs I'm playing. There just isn't time for 2 MMOs. You're not going to keep up with all your friends that way. Especially because I don't think any of my friends have full-time jobs. Yes. School is kind of like a full-time job. Some of them are in high school, in college. Or are there any of them in college? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, with something like a single-player game, I know I can play it after I finish the previous single-player game, because they tend to be things that run out eventually. So you don't have to think about scheduling a single-player game the same way you think about a multiplayer game. But I sometimes think about learning new skills, and am I going to have use for it? When am I going to learn it? Can I put in time each week? Because if you can't, it's not going to happen. So yeah, I guess the 2 key things that I've covered are recognize what you can do in a day and decide to do it. That's your plan. Stick to the plan. And then it's actually a goal and not a wish. The second is don't just wish for long-term things. If you're going to do something long-term, make sure you're doing it. I don't know, pick a time each week that you'll work on it or something. Pick a single day if it's a single day thing somehow. Like, I don't know, maybe you know that you want to move, and so you need to pick a day that you're going to find a new place, or maybe multiple days. Moving isn't just something that you wish you were doing and then you do it. I mean, you could probably think of several things like that. So I guess that's all I had to say about how I manage time. I don't have any particularly complicated strategy. I don't use any particular software besides Notepad. And I mean, I tend to write 3 to 6 things. Sometimes I write down the games I intend to play that day. And if I do, I always intend to make progress on a single player game because I like that those end. I feel like I had one other thing to say. As I was wrapping up, I thought of it, and then I lost it. Must not be important. It's not happening. Time management. Anyway, see ya.